Okay, right.
Yeah,
So
we are
we
live
are
now.
live now. Hello, everyone. How is
Hello, everyone.
everyone doing?
We have
All is
like
well,
interesting
and stay
conversation
safe
in
during
between
this
two parts of the
season.
world.
We will start the session with my guest in a few minutes' time. If you have just joined us, do like, tag, and share our live with all your friends out there so that many will come and enjoy this sharing session. Welcome to the 19th edition of my live session. My name is Shing, and as usual, I will be your host for today. Before I begin, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who are watching us live right now, as well as those not forgetting who will be watching the video replay later on. For those who are watching for the first time, this live is all about us, our story. Everyone has a unique story to tell. We may not realize it, but our story may inspire someone out there, especially in these extraordinary times. We hope that through this
Shank, I can't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Now, now I can hear you. You are muted. Yes.
Okay, right. I think let me see. I think we must have lost each other. Uh, where did you last where did I last stop? Well, okay, right. Okay, let us continue. Today I'm very excited to have a special guest with me, all the way from Tbilisi, Georgia. She is a tour operator, white rabbit follower, and a personal wonderland creator. I'm sure many of us must be wondering and have many questions on your mind as to what I have just said. Well, anyway, in a short moment, we will get to know her more about her. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us put our hands together to welcome Miss Justina Vaitiekunaite. Hi, Justina. How are you over there?
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to have this today. It's kind of incredible. We are having this wonderful conversation from one side of the world where it's autumn to another side of the world where it's spring, as we just talked. And I'm very happy today to share some of my insights about my life and about where I am today and now.
Yeah, wonderful. First of all, I would like to thank you for joining us today for this interview. I'm very grateful to have you here today to share your wonderful and exciting stories with all of us. So, can you please briefly tell us about yourself?
So right now I live in Georgia. So that's a small country. Not it's not a state in America. So it's
Can you
a
hear
small
me?
country between Asia, and Europe.
Hi, Justina, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I think we have some connection problem. That makes sense. We are far away from each other. Let me know if you can hear me, so I would continue telling who I am.
Okay. I think that there is some delay. There's a delay.
Okay, now I see. That's the
Yeah.
problem. We have delay. Unfortunately, I don't know
Okay.
how to improve that.
I can hear you, but I think there is a delay.
Yes. Okay. Mm. Let me try to reconnect, maybe. Wait. I think
Okay.
I'm back and you can hear me now properly and
Yeah.
on
Okay.
time. Yes. I'm so sorry. I have no idea. Last time we had as well this weird connection problem. Even I thought I improved my connection. Anyway, so until we didn't stuck again. So I am Justina. Right now I live in Georgia. So it's a small country between Europe and Asia. Very small, ex-Soviet Union country, but extremely beautiful. But it's not a place I born. I born in Northern Eastern Europe, and another also very small country called Lithuania. And Lithuania is a nice small European country, a part of European Union, and having like a proper European life. But I do prefer more this, how to say, this country because it's more authentic, more real, in my opinion, and also the nature is incredibly beautiful. For the last 5 years, I was doing tourism here, and as you can guess, kind of right now I'm not doing it. I'm having a break until global situation will get to more stable nature.
What are some of the most popular food in your country?
So, like Lithuania is just potatoes, but Georgia has incredible food, and I think one of the most famous one is like a cheese boat. So just imagine a boat made from bread with a lot of cheese and butter and raw egg on top. I think that's one of the most unique and authentic dishes in Georgia, and it is very heavy, but this country is also very famous for wine, so wine and this cheese boat goes well together very good.
Wow. I think that wow, one of these days I should be able to try some of your food. It's interesting that you mentioned you are actually an hiker and a swimmer, right? And in
Yes.
frozen lake. Can you tell us a little bit about your exciting adventure?
I think that, all this life that we have right now, not right now in general, life is one big opportunity that we get once. And I'm trying to live my life to the maximum, to fulfill every day with incredible experiences. And definitely, like for me, like I'm not like a skydiving person or more extreme person. My way of putting that excitement in my life is traveling and being in a lot of in nature. And hiking is one of my favorite ways to spend time because it's not just physical, but also this car you cannot reach places which are purely like secret gems and so beautiful. But when you have to walk 10, 20 kilometers to reach something truly amazing, it just makes all that way worth it. So that's why I love so much hiking and even pushing myself to very extreme ones. I'm planning this year to hike climb to one of the peaks here in Mountain Range, which is more than 5,000 meters above sea level. So I would be very proud of myself. And like also like pushing our like myself outside of the comfort zone, it's it's really makes me feel alive. And we have this one life, so why not to feel alive while having it, truly live and experience that excitement.
Have you always been in this traveling industry? Can you share with us about your career journey?
I think sometimes you find your way by accident. it's I never thought I will be in travel business because in general I never thought I would be in business. Like it's not my family. Several generations, if you would check my family, no one is doing business. But it just happened. I graduated from political sciences, so I really thought that my life, my future will be more like in the honestly in office doing researches and writing like academical work. But when it just happened, but over time I had this big passion for traveling. I think one of the reasons is because I grew up in very, very small town, 6,000 people. Everyone knows everyone. And while growing up, like my adventure was reading, and I was reading so many adventure books. But I guess at some point, I just decided that I have to make my life as an adventure. So while studying and just having the student years and also working, volunteering, I was traveling a lot. And after I graduated from bachelor, uh, degree, and I was planning to continue and get my master's degree in international relations. I decided to take 1 year gap and to go to Georgia, to this small country, and try to work in travel business and tourist. At that point, I just wanted to be a guide. Wanted to have 1 year before going back to more stable work, a more stable lifestyle. That 1 year became 5, 6 years. I don't know how many years already, because I had this gift, passion, and work in one. Like, it was just amazing what I can work, but also it's my passion. I was traveling for my work, and when my work is over, I'm traveling for my own fun. It was just, I felt blessed that I had this opportunity. Of course, I didn't study anything about tourism, so I had to learn it from doing. In Georgia, there were so many opportunities because this country, the last 5 years, has boomed, like had, like, last year doesn't count, okay? So had booming tourism. Like, can you imagine, like, if it's a small country, like 3.9 million people, but in 2019, 11 million people came to visit. So just imagine how big tourism is. So I came to this country to start tourism on very good time because tourism was booming so much. And I just jumped on that wave and it was amazing. Like we were supposed to like expand the company, which me and my friends opened already to neighbor countries. Unfortunately, global situation had different plans. So right now I'm taking a pause. I'm still traveling a lot, but domestically because it's very complicated to travel internationally right now.
So you were saying that your population is only about 2 million.
No, it's like 3.9, 3.5. It's hard to count. It is very small. You have to, it is very small. Like
And
capital, where I am right now, Tbilisi, it's 1.5 million people.
wow, okay, right. And the tourists is a lot of people there arriving, right?
Not now, but before Corona,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow. Yeah.
A lot.
You started your own tourism company back in 2016, right?
Yes,
And I believe that it is the passion. I think that you did mention that it is the passion that you actually started, that you make
exactly.
you start the business, right? Because I'm supposed to ask you the question, but I think that you did
Yes,
mention
because
it.
like I never want, it was nothing like, oh, I want to have the business owner. That was never a thing. I love I love travel and tourism, and I like the idea of helping people to travel. So what, like opening a company was not like, oh, I will be like a CEO. No, I had to create a job place for myself. So that's how it happened. I had to open a company. So I would have a job place where I truly can express my passion and do tourism the way how I think it has to be done.
And when did you actually discover your passion? Is it during the between your study and the gap year?
Honestly, I have this feeling with this passion for traveling because sometimes we meet with people which like can't stop traveling. You meet them, the ones who if we are already back in their like headquarters, home country, they're already planning another trip. They have the tickets in their hand. I think it's not what you discover that you're born with that. It's like from the cave ages, stone ages. Some people were just nomads, and other ones stayed in the cave. And I think some people have this gene, but you just can't stay in one place. Not exploring the world makes you so unhappy. I think I had it. I had that all the time. Just I needed to have opportunities to really travel and feel it. Because for me, traveling is like I love university. I graduated for sure, but I believe that most I learned exactly while traveling and meeting people because that was such a life experiences which you cannot really learn in the class.
Yes. Do you have any challenges when you first started in this business?
Yes, a lot, a lot, especially because of so Georgia is still kind of developing country, and here gender equality is still okay, I don't know where exactly gender equality exists for sure, but here it's still quite behind European standards. Okay? Like I love this country, however, still there are a lot of stereotypes about women in business. And as the company which I opened with my friend, who is also female, me and my friend, we had a lot of troubles to get respect just because we're a woman, honestly people were not taking us seriously, I think, for first 2, 3 years because it didn't kind of work like as idea for them how girls, women can make it good, how we can make business because tourism sector, especially in Georgia, is mainly dominated by men. We are talking from hotel owners to like restaurant owners to all the tour operators. It's like I don't know exactly statistics, but it feels like 70% are men. And it was really complicated in the beginning because of this. But of course, year after year, you get this respect and you get the trust. And after that, we didn't have many problems about that. But that was the issue I had no idea how to deal. Well, I started business here because still I came from Lithuania, from European Union country where at least obviously no one will be telling you what just because you're a woman you cannot do this or this.
Where do you get your daily inspiration from?
People I meet, for sure it's people I meet because I do believe that every one of us carry such a baggage of their own experience which they get from their lives. Like I have this one life, yeah, And let's say I'm doing tourism, I'm doing another thing, but it's like this kind of experience is what I will be having. I won't be able, to try all the possible professions which exist in this world or to experience everything what is possible. Of course not. But meeting people, I can take a glimpse to different lives and what if, I would make different decisions. So definitely meeting people, communicating with them, having not small talks, but having this like big talks, deep talks, it inspires because you can learn so much from it. Or sometimes you can just learn what not to do. And definitely people having like everyone living their life the way how they want, it just inspires me. And that's why I'm just excited to do the best I can from the time I got here.
Maybe you can share with us how do you get yourself motivated daily?
How to get yourself motivated. That's a good one. Yeah, like my friends always ask the same because also I'm a person who wakes up very early and I'm a happy morning person, which is not that common thing. My excitement, my motivation to wake up and to go and do things comes from not knowing what will happen. That sounds crazy, but I believe that every day can hide some magical moment, some incredible opportunity, but I have no idea what it is. So me just living for that, I'm increasing the chance but that magical things will happen. And going out, doing things, meeting people, networking, working, or like just having a simple walk, even when you don't want to leave the bed, it increases opportunity, but something magical will happen. So for me, just this true belief that every day can hide opportunity motivates me because I believe that from bottom of my heart. So that's why I'm trying. Like it motivates me a lot. Also, as I mentioned, I believe that this life is one time thing, and you know, like we have this time and every time which passed, we cannot get it back. So let's do the best till we can because we don't know how much time we have.
To enjoy every moment, right? Every day, right?
Exactly, because we don't know how much, how many of these moments, days we can have. So that's why it's so important because I think many people are waiting, they are waiting what, oh, in 10 years I will do this and this, or like in 5 years. No, it's no time to wait to start living. You don't wait when you will retire. You don't wait when you will buy apartment or pay loan. You start living not after 10 years, not after 5 days. You start living today. Like I like when people have goals and aims and they are constant, have the future vision. But I think people, especially overachievers, they concentrate too much into the future, but we forgot the present. And I think that's very important. As of course, let's forget what happened from the past. We take just lessons and keep moving. But also, let's not just see that goals far in the future because we miss so many opportunities which are exactly today next to us.
Well, well said. Do you have someone you always look up to as a mentor?
I was thinking about that, and I have to say, when I was a child, somehow, like till I was like 16, my middle sister was my mentor. My sister is 9 years older than me. Today is her birthday. Yeah. And I was always looking at her as a mentor. She was the one who was giving me advices. And she was the one who really was buying so many great books for me. And like, like kind of shaping me to which direction to go. And really, really books which she was recommending me to read was not for that age. And I'm so grateful for that till today. However, after that, after I was 16, 17, I think I think I didn't feel like I need a mentor or this rebellious year, started. And I think till today, I don't really have a mentor. It's not what I don't need it. It's more I believe that if a person has a strong belief system, quite a clear vision of your goals and values, and also knows tools what to do when you don't know what to do, especially about networking, how to reach for people who are smarter than you and can advise you. So you don't need one mentor. Mentor can be anyone depending on the time whom you need that time. That's why it's so important to have a good connection, a good know quite a lot of people, because when you are in certain situation, that's when you can ask for that advice. I don't believe in one mentor thing, honestly. So, like for me, maybe in the future, or I still haven't met the one.
So you learn from each of the individual person, right? To pick up
Yes.
as you go along. You did mention something like comfort makes you feel uncomfortable.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's a very interesting statement that I come across. So can you please elaborate on that? And why do you say that?
I think when people are in comfort zone, in quite safe, stable lifestyle, you stop growing. Like people get so comfortable, but they stop really growing. They kind of move to this mode of just existing. And because there are no need to push yourself from inside, to try to do harder, to learn more. Because why? It's comfortable. Why I have to go and make that extra step while I'm feeling so comfortable? So while I feel that I'm in comfort, I feel like I start, just exist because I feel like I stop growing. So discomfort, on the other hand, makes me truly start thinking and pushing myself to get better, to do more. And that's why I think that discomfort is not a bad thing. Like I do believe that people mostly learn not from success, but exactly from failures. Because from success, how many times I heard people tell us, "Oh, it was luck," you know? And I think it's not true. It's not just luck, but people really believe that. So that's why they can't really learn from success, because somehow inside they believe that it was just a destiny, a luck. But then it comes to failure, yeah, maybe sometimes we do think, oh, it's unfortunate event, but mostly no, we will sit and think what we have done wrong, how we can improve, how we can grow from this, what kind of lessons we can take for the future so we won't repeat that. And after that unfortunate event, we just become strong and better version than the ones who were before, before the discomfort. Like even now, like last year, was quite complicated and a hard year for most of the people. But as I was working in tourism sector, the situation extremely hit that like it just turned off, like all the tourism had to take a pause. And it will take years until it will be again as it was like in 2019. Or maybe it will never be. Who knows? So of course, that's a big discomfort for sure. But I felt that finally, again, I have to push myself because I felt already comfortable. I felt I know everything. I'm so good at it, which is not, it's arrogancy. I was arrogant, thinking that I already know everything. I see no point of learning more because, I have clients, everything was going good, everything, our market is expanding. I felt like, I'm not really even growing anymore as a professional person. So, and now when I lost it, or like it's on pause, I have to figure out new things and I feel how again I'm thinking, I'm learning, I'm reading so much, I'm using so much more opportunities to develop myself and to build myself. So I'm just grateful for the unfortunate event because that's opportunity for me to grow.
Is it the event of last year that makes you realize that you cannot just afford to just be sitting there comfortable and start to grow.
Yeah, because
Is
like
it?
it's just really like because just that like you feel like you don't do the most, like you have that feeling, but yeah, you achieved this in this niche, but you can do so much more. But it's so
Mm,
comfortable because why to push yourself more when you have a stability, safety, insurance, and every like stable salary, and then you just get comfortable.
yeah,
That's why I believe a discomfort is healthy thing.
yeah. Why do you think that sharing idea and perspective of how different people see the world can be a very eye-opening moment?
Definitely, as I was telling you, I think that every person has incredible story to tell, and not even talking about learning from people and sharing your own thing, because we can always kind of touch each other's life and even change it in a little bit. But also, I think sometimes some people are connectors. So it's not the person I will meet will make that influence in my life or I will make in his life. But later it could be that person, I'm for that person, I will introduce him to another person. And we create some kind of web of connections which can lead me to that person who will show me opportunity or will really somehow that connection will change my life. Sometimes it's not, as I'm saying, sometimes it doesn't come directly from a person you meet, from a person you share. It can come from so much behind from another way. But that's why I think it's so important to be as kind as you are. Like even if we are not talking about just networking, things, but just meeting human beings, be kind, open your heart, open your mind, and that's when magic is starting happening. But that's really important. That's what I believe.
You have lived in 5 countries and visited 58 countries over the years. So, can you share? Obviously, I think that you have learned a lot of things along the way, right? And seen a lot of things along the way. Can you share what is your favorite country and why?
Ooh, so like people don't believe when I tell them, but my favorite country is exactly the country where I live now. So I live in Georgia, and I visited this country first time in 2010, and I visited again in 2012, and then again in 2013. And meanwhile, I was always traveling in other countries, like in the African continent, North America, all Europe, and I truly can tell you, but every time coming to Georgia, I was feeling like this country is amazing. But like, I will check other countries, But doesn't matter how many countries I went, I always felt that this small country, which is mostly unknown for most of the people in this world, is my magical place. It's a small country, and I'm from a small country, so it's one of the things that really makes me feel very comfortable here. Also, it's incredibly beautiful. You have to understand that territory of this country is very small. Like I would like to say like how small compared to Australia, but I have no idea. It's very small, like size of Netherlands, let's say. but but in this small country, there are 9 climate zones. So from mountains to desert to subtropicals. So in this small country, oh, I know how to tell you how small it is. So from one side country to drive to another side of the country from the longest one, it's 500 kilometers.
Oh, wow.
Small, yeah, look at how small it is. It is small. 500 kilometers, that's nothing. But so 500 kilometers like that, and like 300, 400 like this, and 9 climate zones. So while you're driving through the country, landscape is changing every 50, 70 kilometers. It's always something different. from subtropicals to the steppes to mountain alpine climate, it's always changing. And me as a person who doesn't like routine, it's a perfect country because I always see different landscapes. Food is good, people are nice, our community is very important here, and also have to be honest, this country is much more cheaper than Europe. Did I lose someone again? I'm still wondering if I have to continue bragging about how amazing is Georgia and everyone must come here because it is incredibly beautiful. And I feel blessed that I have opportunity to be in this place, even when the world is going right bananas. I think our host has some internal problems, or it's me. Who knows? Hello again.
Hello, hi, Justina. Yeah, sorry about the internet connection. Uh, just give me a second. I'm trying to reconnect. Okay, just now. Just give me a second. I just want. Just now, where were we actually?
We were just talking how amazing is my favorite country, Georgia, and I was bragging how incredible it is. And but everyone must come here after the like everything. After everyone will get vaccinated, just come.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful country from the way that you have mentioned, and of course that hopefully that by the time this lockdown pandemic is over, we hope that we will have the opportunity to travel again, right? Don't we?
Definitely.
And yes, and hopefully, of course, that we can be able to enjoy, and hopefully, the time you will can actually show us around.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be happy. Still, I will be here for sure.
Okay, right. So I think that so what are the okay, last year you remember that you said that because you are in as operating as a tour operator, right? Tour operating, and of course, obviously, last year uh, you I mean you guys completely you can't do anything last year.
uh, I'm sorry.
So
Can you repeat again?
yeah, obviously, last year, with no one able to travel, of course, obviously, you can't run your business right last year, right? So basically, can you share with us what were your well, I mean, what were you I mean, what were you doing last year? In the meanwhile,
What I was
obviously.
doing last year. What I was doing, I was doing so many things, honestly. Yeah, so for last 5 years, so from like 2015 kind of when I started working in tourism, and from 16 when I opened a travel agency, tour operator company, I was working so hard, and I worked all my summer. So my work was starting end of April, finishing in October. 2 weekends through all the 6 months I had off and working like a lot. So when last year happened, I decided just to enjoy summer because when else I will have opportunity again to have a summer when I don't have to work. So I decided last year just to explore even more and travel even more in the places where tourists don't really go in this country. I was living with local families in the mountains where there's like no electricity or nothing. I was picking grapes in the villages and making wine in ancient method, which is like 8,000 years method, and I was making that wine. I was trying to expand this
Wow,
country in the uh, most authentic way possible. And last year I had the opportunity because there were no tourists, so I could go really in the places where it takes, like jeep or four-wheel car to reach, and you have to drive. Like it's like 50 kilometers, but it takes 8 hours to drive because the road is like crazy. That's what I was doing last year, going to the places where no one is going because I wanted to feel like Indiana
wow,
Jones, you know, like a true traveler.
wow.
Even if I cannot go far, I cannot travel internationally. I decided to go to the places in this country where no one went before.
Wow, wow, amazing. So last year was actually your adventure year.
Oh yeah, honestly, it was great
Yeah.
year. Like it was great year, and also because
What are
I had
your
more time to socialize, so I was so happy.
what are your exciting plan for this year?
So last year I learned that planning makes no sense. So for last year I had so many plans, like personal life plans. Also, like I wanted to buy apartment, to expand the company. All these plans like disappeared because of the uncertainty. Like 2020 really taught me, but you cannot know what can happen next month. So planning makes no sense. So I would like to say what I have plans for this year, but I don't. And I love this because I'm so open for anything that comes on my way. Like my plan is like honestly, I have one plan to get a vaccine. That's on my list for sure. I need to get that vaccine. But everything else, honestly, I have no idea what will happen. Things are changing, in every few weeks, especially because, Australia is a little bit, separated from the rest of the world. So you deal with your situation better. But as Georgia is on the corner of Europe, it's not one player in this game. So like, things doesn't matter how good Georgia can deal with the current situation. It can change very fast because, you know, people still move from country to country. So that's why it's kind of complicated to deal with all the pandemic. But I know that everything will be okay because, open heart, open mind, opportunities will come on my way. I know how to make it. I know what I have to, as I told you, wake up, leave the bed, and go celebrate the day. Go meet people, learn, study, learn new things, and I know that everything will be okay. Honestly, I'm even wondering in a year, when again it will be like April, I will be like looking back to 2021 and I'm sure I will be like, wow, that was a good one. And I believe that. And that's why I'm excited. I have no plans. I need to get vaccine, I guess. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's already, time flies, right? It's already like April now, and it's almost like one quarter has gone. So
exactly.
just imagine how time flies. I thought it's already only in January, and the time, next thing you know, it's already one quarter gone. So the time flies, like what you said, huh? You never
Exactly.
know.
Exactly. One quarter already is done. Time
Yeah,
flies so
exactly.
fast. And especially, like in January, I had no idea. Like I was in Lithuania at the time, that lockdown. And in January, I did believe, but there won't be a third lockdown. Come on. So it's like, it makes no sense. Like in January,
Yeah,
people were talking, but already like spring, like Easter will be everything. So better, no plans. I tried to plan like
yeah,
1 week in advance, and that's like thank God because of my lifestyle, I can do it, and yeah, that's how it is. We'll see what will happen. Like most important, I believe that whatever will happen, everything will be okay. It's like it's important to keep positive mind.
yes, agree. Well said, well said. So if you can describe yourself in three words, how do you want to say it and why?
Opportunist, because opportunities is everything in my life. Taking all the possible ones. Optimist for sure because I see the world from this like pink glass kind of way. I'm the person who sees silver lining in the worst situations. And this attitude, I think, makes my life easier and I really like it, even if people find it quite annoying. So opportunist, optimist, and very sociable, definitely. Like I truly love people. I believe that people is the greatest creation of God, honestly. It's just so unique and so amazing. And for me, every time meeting people, it just makes me happy. It's like reading books. It's like every person has something to tell me. Every person has emotion to share. So yeah, opportunist, optimist, and extremely sociable person.
What do you want to be known for?
I think when I was like teenager, I was so much into philosophy. Like I was reading everything possible. But and I remember this, even I don't know from which book it was. It was a Latin quote. It was a story about a guy, a person. So when he died, before he died, people asked like, "What do you want to be written on your stone grave? Like, what stone would you put on grave?" And I really like what he said. I want, but it would be written, death found me alive. So that's exactly what I want. I want to live this life as much as possible, but truly live. But when death will come, it will be just too sorry to take me because I'm too alive. So many people live but don't really live. They just exist. And I want to live as much as possible to maximum to fulfill every day with as many things as possible. Try to have first times as much as possible just to live. Because also, as I mentioned, we don't know how much of that life we have. So even I'm a young person right now, but you never know what can happen. So I'm trying to fill my life at any time and the death will come, It's like I already will be happy what I lived. I truly lived.
Wow. Yeah. All right, everyone. I think this concludes my live session for today. I'm sure that we all have enjoyed Justina's sharing session today. So before I end, Justina, do you have any more thing to say to all of us?
I just wish everyone I just wish everyone to be happy, but also because of the situation which we are right now, but also because of any kind of situations which happens in our life. Sometimes it's important just to be patient and to wait for a better time. But at this point, I'm not telling you to be patient. I'm telling you to adapt, sometimes even in difficult situations, and do the best out of it. Because waiting still takes the time out of our life. That life, but we have just a certain amount of the time. So stop waiting when it will get better. Stop waiting when, I don't know, like in this part of the world, when Corona will be over. Adapt and live your life as good as possible in current conditions.
Wow, well said. What an amazing way to sum up our live session today. Once again, thank you, Justina, for your time and your wonderful
Thank you for
sharing
the
session.
opportunity.
I, I would like to thank everyone for watching my live today, as well as those who will be watching the replay later on. If you do like this live, please remember to share with your friends and let their friends know so that they will know. Please follow me on my Facebook, Xingqiu, on the address link provided at the bottom of the screen to follow my stories, and also you will know when I will go live next. You can also follow Justina on her Facebook page, the link provided at the bottom of this screen as well. So I will see you all in the next edition. And until then, have a good weekend ahead. Thank you, everyone. I see you. Bye-bye. Bye.